finally that time of the year. It's finally that time of the year when you actually hit reset. You're trying to restructure your life, you're trying to reorganize your life, you're trying to chase after all of those goals that you said you were going to do in 2024. Because now you're like, oh, there's less than 3 months left for 2025 and I haven't achieved majority of those goals. However, take a deep breather in, because I am here to tell you guys that, you know what, it's okay. Even if you didn't achieve everything, you still have time, okay? And even if it does lead up to 2025, at least you can make sure that you're on track to achieving all of those goals in 2025. So, you know what, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get as specific and crystal clear as to what it is and what area of your life that you really want to improve in. So that means, do you want to improve on your financials? Do you want to improve on your health, your career, your knowledge, your skin, your hair? Whatever it is that you want to improve in whatever area of your life or aspect of your life that you're looking to improve, your relationships, it could be literally anything. But get crystal clear on it and, be as specific as possible, because being as specific as possible is just going to simplify the whole process for you. Second most important thing you're going to do is you're going to reanalyze all of your habits, because yes, your habits are what is keeping you stagnant and stuck in the state where you're feeling like you're in a rut, you're feeling sluggish, you're feeling unmotivated, you don't really want to achieve what you said you wanted to achieve, even though you have it on your vision board, even though you have journaled about it, even though you really deeply want it. But just because you've got these stupid habits in place, you're not able to achieve what you wanted to achieve in the first place. Now, for example, if you said you wanted to improve on your financials, like you're making a good amount of money, but you want to learn how to invest your money, where to put your money in, how to make your money work for you. So for that, are you reading up books? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you following YouTubers who teach you about money? Are you trying to get more insight when you follow like a government website or something? Are you trying to read different things that will give you knowledge and information about that particular goal that you have? Or are you binging and scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, but you know what, you're doing it for all of the wrong content because your feed is not curated? This is where you can actually use social media integration, is because you know what, your goal and social media actually go hand in hand. You know what, as long as you consciously curate your Instagram feed, your TikTok feed, your YouTube feed, you're going to get the content that you want to see. But the thing is, you need to consciously curate it, and once you curate it, you're going to see exactly what you want to see. That is your financials, how to improve your money, how to save your money, how to invest your money, how to make more money, whatever it is that your focus is on right now, whatever your goal is, go ahead and do that. Look that up, consciously curate your social media so that, you know what, even when you're mindlessly scrolling, even when you're doing that thing that we're not supposed to do, at least it's a little productive, because now you're coming across posts and reels and documentaries, and you're coming across these videos where people are talking about, oh, this is how you save your money, this is where you invest your money, this is what you do with your money, this is how much you should be making at this particular time, and you know what, this is a business that you can work with, whatever. Now that you know that you have less than 3 months left, okay, so that's going to be approximately 10 weeks. However, even though you have 10 weeks left, you can still start integrating small, tiny habits that will actually benefit you in the long run, that will actually help you sustain and work towards your goal consistently and maintain that consistent progress in 2025. And I'll tell you exactly how you're going to do it. You're going to pick one habit every week. Now, every week could be a little excessive, where you're a little confused. What I would rather suggest is, a habit takes 21 days to form, because you have to consciously do it up until the point it becomes a habit, and then you're unconsciously doing it. So for that thing, that particular thing, to be imprinted on your subconscious mind, you're going to have to habit stack. Yes, listen to me. You have pre-existing habits, right? Now, for example, if you're trying to inculcate working out and healthy eating in your daily routine, what you're going to do is you're going to habit stack your workout. Yes, you might have to do it consciously for the first 21 days, but you know what, after that it's just going to become a habit, and you're going to do it mindlessly. So you're going to come back to this video and thank me later. But before that, what you're going to do is, when you eat your breakfast in the morning, once you've woken up, you've done your stuff, eat your breakfast in the morning, you're going to immediately, when you're in that zone, you're going to immediately get ready and go to the gym. So now you're training your mind where you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I need to go to the gym immediately after breakfast. So probably the first week is going to be a little slow where you have to consciously pull yourself out and be like, you know what? Okay, I have to do this. Second week is going to be a little easier. The third week is going to be even easier. And the fourth week, you know what? You've got a habit in place. So, you know what? There is no loss. It's a win-win situation. A very basic and simple thing here is you're trying to inculcate all of these habits so that they compound later on towards the goal that you're actually looking to achieve. That is, you have a dream body, or that is, you want to maintain your health and you want to get better at health and fitness. You want to be fit mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So, you know what, these little habits, they're actually going to compound, they're going to become so much bigger, and they're going to skip, hop, and jump towards your end goal so much quicker. I cannot emphasize enough on how much you need to have a morning routine in place, and how much you need to have like an evening routine in place, because you know what, that will set you up. And you know what, before 2025 you're gonna have all of that. In the morning routine, I'm not asking you to make it complicated, you have to keep it simple, but have a morning routine where you sit with yourself, you journal, you meditate, you just do some breathing exercises, and you sit with yourself. Or you know what, if your morning routine wants to inculcate working out, great, do that. Have a structure for your morning that you follow, so that it becomes a routine, and that routine slowly over time becomes a habit, so that your brain knows exactly what it needs to do. And you know what, all of this is compounding towards a bigger, greater good. So basically, I'm just breaking the steps down for you. The same thing when it comes to evening routines or night routines, where you have to unwind completely from whatever you've done. You have to relax, like let the day stress go, like loosen your body, loosen your jaw, like relax your muscles, drop your shoulders down, like, you know what, consciously do this. Listen to, you know, chiropractors who teach about how to relax your body and how to relax your mind, because sometimes we're clenching our jaw too tight because we're too stressed and all of that. Like, focus on all of these little things which will actually allow you to relax, to get into a state of relaxation. And of course, you know what, I have a whole bunch of videos where I talk about morning routines and what you can do in your evening routine, where you can make yourself tea, you can have a nice spa session, you can do your hair, you can do skincare, you can do whatever you want to do. You can journal and you can read, or you can meditate even in the night, which is completely fine. Make it your own. Your morning routine and your night routine is completely your own, depending on what kind of a person you are, what your personality type is. If you're a morning person, you're afternoon person, evening person, night person, whatever person you are. Completely subjective, completely relative, so make it your own. But point here is, have a routine, because that just puts your brain in the best place possible. You're reducing your cognitive load, and your brain is going to appreciate you for that. And on top of that, you know what, you're working towards a bigger goal, which is even better. Also, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go and watch my video on how you're going to improve your focus, because focus is key here, people. Without focus, you won't be able to achieve anything. So go and improve your focus, go and fix that one problem, and then come back. When you improve your focus, you understand the importance and value that your time holds. That leads you to managing your time a lot more better. And I have another video for that too. So go watch that one, because this is going to make a whole lot of sense after that. However, what that also does is it improves your productivity while keeping your goals more manageable. You don't have to overwhelm yourself while you're doing all of this. Like, this does not have to be overwhelming at all. It's simple, it's chill, it's easy, it's relaxed. You do it, you make it your own. You don't have to get overwhelmed where you're like, oh, I have a big goal, I don't know how to achieve it. You know what, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. It's because that goal is massive in your head. Why is it massive in your head? Is because you haven't simplified it. You need to simplify it as much as possible. Break it down into teeniest tiny steps. Literally. So for example, if you want to improve your health and you want to get on top of the health game, the first thing you're gonna do is, no, people are like, immediately go to the gym and start working out and this and that. No, that's not what you're gonna do. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna start with drinking 2 liters of water every single day. Make sure you do that. Simple. You're gonna make sure you're eating a little bit cleaner throughout the day. You're not having a lot of junk, you're not having a lot of canned or processed foods, you're just having whatever your staple diet is, whatever you make at home, you're just eating that. Simple enough. You're inculcating at least nuts and fruits in your daily diet. Simple enough. That's how you're gonna start. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with like, oh my god, I need to see workouts and I need to go for classes, I need to consult an instructor and a dietitian and do all of this. No, you don't have to do jack. You don't have to do jack. Okay, you have to do simple things. You know what? After those simple things have become a habit, you'll eventually go into it You need to start from the basics though, so roll with it. Now again, before we go into 2025, the one thing you're going to do, and you're going to definitely do this, is you're going to shift your mindset. If you're already in an abundant, positive, optimistic mindset, good. Very good, because this process is going to be so much easier for you. And if not, you know exactly what you need to do. I have a bunch of videos again that you can watch where I talk about how to move from a fixed mindset to an abundance mindset, or whatever mindset that you're in, to an abundance mindset, because the abundance mindset is exactly where we need to go. So let's just hop, skip, and jump from all of the other mindsets that you're in and go to the abundance mindset, because abundance should be your focus and it's your birthright. So don't worry about that. However, what that also do is it allow you to do all of these things a lot more quicker, because when you're in an abundance mindset, you're full of self-love, you're beaming, you're a ball of fucking sunshine. Okay, so when you are that happy, and when you're that abundant, and when you're optimistic, and when you're so positive about life and about yourself and what you can achieve and everything, you become a lot more optimistic about your goals, about your ambitions, your career, your relationship. You just become a lot more optimistic about yourself, because your belief in yourself grows. Like, your self-worth and self-confidence is off the charts. Why wouldn't you want to be on that level? Because again, let me tell you that your self-love is what's going to help you sustain this and persist through this to the point that you actually achieve your desire or your goal or your ambition or whatever that you want. So constantly while you're working on that, to work on this too. The inner shifts and the inner changes also need to happen simultaneously while you're working on that. Again, it does not have to be complicated. It's very simple, it's easy, it's chill. You can literally relax, lay in bed, and shift your mindset. All you need to do is focus on controlling your thoughts. And even when you're having bad thoughts, it's okay. Call them out, call yourself out, being like, you know what, I'm just not moving my body. Find alternatives, do your thing, make yourself feel good in that present moment. That's where it's gonna start, and it's gonna be a domino effect where your body's like, oh, whenever there's a negative thought, it's gonna move to the other thought, and it's gonna think of something positive. Also, again, you are going to have regular check-ins with yourself, whether that be for mental glow-ups or spiritual glow-ups, mindset shifts, or whatever that your goals were. You're going to have a checklist of your goals, okay? And you're also going to have these little tiny boxes under those checklists where you're like, okay, so the target was to get a fitter body. So what did I do for that? I drank 2 liters of water. So yay, my gut is clean, my system is clean, I'm good. I had nuts and I had a fruit. I improved a little bit on my diet. Great. You know what? Even these small habits, if you're able to achieve them towards the end of this year and towards the beginning of 2025, you are golden. You are absolutely golden, because you've hacked it. So when it comes to working out, and if that's your real goal, 80% of that is your diet and your nutrition and your food and what kind of an approach you have towards that. So your mindset and everything is a lot more internal. And 20% is the actual workout. So when you hack the system beforehand, and when you're in a good place already, you're starting with a good mindset where you're like, you know what, all right, you know what, I'm going to ace my goal. I'm going to have that dream body by the end of 2025, or in 6 months, or in 3 months, or whatever your timeline is. You know what, make your own timeline, because it's completely up to you and it's all relative. So there you go. However, you're just going to be able to achieve it a lot more quicker and a lot more better. It's just going to flow naturally, because you're in the right headspace and your right kind of mindset to do that. And initially it's going to be difficult to be accountable, so you're going to get an accountability partner. Okay, that could be your parents, that could be a sibling, that could be your best friend, it could be anybody. Make sure they're not as lazy as you though. Like, just make sure they're not as bad as you. They are in a good place. Find somebody who's disciplined, who's motivated, who's who's innately in an abundance mindset, who has the things that you're looking to become. They're almost that person that you're looking to become. We always have that one person in our lives who we look up to. It can be your dad, it can be your mom, it can be your brother, it can be your cousin, siblings, your best friend. We always have that one person where you're like, oh, you know what? They do it so well. They wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, they're up, they're upbeat, they've walked the dog, they've played, like they've eaten, they've had their food, they've had their breakfast, they've done everything, they've had a bath, they're ready to work, and you know what, they go for a workout in the evening later on. Great, like the whole schedule is so good. Those are the kind of people that you need to have as accountability partners, because you know what, they're responsible enough to keep themselves accountable. So initially when you feel like, you know what, this is all gonna get too overwhelming for me, which is going to happen, I'm being realistic here and I'm telling you the truth. It's no easy piece of cake. Okay, so if you're trying to build these habits, of course you're gonna want to be like, you know what, forget it. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't do it. It's not going to happen. Like, whatever. You would want to give up. That's when these accountability partners come into place, where they keep you accountable, where they're like, did you go to the gym? Did you drink enough water today? Did you eat your fruit today? Did you do this today? Did you do that today? You know what? That's the little ticker you need sometimes. It's okay. Have them, and I'm telling you, you're set. Also, just a little advice. It might be mentally difficult to do it, which is completely fine. And wherever you're watching this in the world, abroad, so I'm in India currently, so Indian weather is different right now, and even the winters, if you're in the north, of course it's gonna get a lot cooler, but if you're somewhere down south or in the middle of India, it's okay. Like, you know, the winter arc is not really winter arcing right now. However, if you're abroad, if you're anywhere in like the UK, US, wherever you guys watch me from, and you guys have a winter arc going on, focus. You need to lock in. You might be wondering, you know what, it's a little hard, and you know what, it's the winter months and I want to sleep in and I don't want to do all of this. I can think about it later on. I can probably start that in 2025. Yeah, that's not going to happen. You're going to keep postponing it even after 2025, because procrastination is your best friend at this point. Procrastination is in love with you and you're in love with procrastination. So you know what, that relationship is kind of toxic. Sorry to say, but what you're going to do is you're going to break up with procrastination. You are going to take my advice and you're going to start building and inculcating these habits from now, so that you have a solid structure in place. Also, you know what happens while you're simultaneously working on building these habits, you're becoming a lot more mentally stronger. Now, for example, if you start working out, you're like, you know what, I'm going to build a habit. I'm going to start working out religiously, at least for 20 minutes every single day. You do it for 1 week. The second week, you're slagging a little. You're like, I don't want to do this. You know what, I don't think it's suiting me right now. Like, I'm feeling a little sore, I'm feeling a little dehydrated, I don't feel like doing this. You might be crabby for 1 or 2 days, but then you pull yourself back again and you go back to it again. So you know what that's doing? That's building a lot of resilience and perseverance, and that's building a lot of discipline, and you're becoming a lot more mentally stronger. So when you actually have to do real stuff, you're already halfway there, because your mentality and your mindset is so bulletproof right now. You're not afraid of jack. You're not afraid of anything. Okay? So now you're like, you know what? It's okay. Even if I slack for like 1 or 2 days, which is completely fine, because my body needs rest and it needs to refuel and replenish, it's all right. I'm going to give my body that rest and I'm going to go back, and you will go back. So this is your time. You know what? Learn, unlearn, make all the mistakes that you want, slack, do whatever you want, but don't quit. Just don't quit. Keep going at it, because it gets simpler with time. Don't forget that. Having said that, there's a lot more that I could have done, but then this video would be massive, because just up-leveling your life before 2025 is the best thing you could do for yourself, and you will have no regrets. I'm telling you, you will have no regrets. Absolutely no regrets once you do this. So you know what, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for the future of you. And you know what, your future self is going to thank you for that. Your higher self is actually looking back and now being like, you know what, good that you did that right now, because now I'm perfect. Now I'm exactly where I wanted to be, whether that be financially, career-wise, education-wise, money-wise, just whatever wise that you want to be in your relationship, anywhere. So you know what, having said that, we come to the end of this brilliant video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this was enough motivation for you guys to stick on to that track, okay, and get back on track and actually regain the motivation that you might have lost. Or if not, you know what, you already have that motivation. Great, good for you. Congratulations. Now continue and keep up till you push forward into 2025. I will see you guys in my next one. Take care and bye.
Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her.